Yeah, you're on.
Live. It's Thursday night.
I love it.
I felt like I was like, it's live. It's Friday
It's Saturday Night Live.
night. Okay. So I'm really excited about tonight's Thriving Thursday topic. We were thinking about different things that we've talked about over the years, looking at old calls that we've done, and it is crazy if you go back and you've ever done a call and you listen to yourself and you hear how different you are. So actually, that's part of what tonight is all about. Is several of us have been in discussion about how critical, how important it is that each and every single one of you has a voice. Not only do you have a voice out and about sharing with others, but you have a voice here. We want to hear from you. We want to rise you up. We want to watch you grow, just like someone allowed or provided us the platform to do that years ago. So hope you guys are up for the challenge, because we are going to be asking you all to step forward, step into your power, lead and share over the course of the next few months so that you too can grow into the amazing leaders you are. And when I say leaders, I mean you've enrolled one person, you are a leader, because you are leading them through this incredible journey of transformation, whether it's physically or financially, it doesn't matter. You are the person, you are their tour guide, you are showing them the way. And so we want to help you build your confidence. You deserve it. You're here, you're showing up, which is amazing. So it all starts with your 30-second story. And I want to say that lightly, because never in life have I ever been able to say anything in, and I could probably agree with me on that one. 30 seconds is never enough. But the whole point of this is to get comfortable and confident with the wording and the verbiage that you use when people talk to you, or you talk to them, or you share with them, or you meet them, or you connect with them for the very first time, okay? So how many of you here on the call, and I know some of you aren't on video, but how many of you have shared with at least one person? Am I frozen?
You kind of were going, yeah, a little bit. Your face is currently frozen. I can hear you. Not right now, I can't, but I don't think you're saying anything right now. Renee? Yeah.
Okay. It's really choppy on my end, so I'm not sure what's going on. It's just saying this connection is unstable.
Oh, okay.
Is it yours, Amanda?
He said it would be on your end. Why? Not our end. Yeah, I'm going to go downstairs because it might be me. So let me go downstairs.
Okay. Because I'm right next to my router. So
yeah, it's probably me. But
okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Okay, so I'm going to keep going. So with that being said, it all starts with your 30-second story, and I couldn't see who raised their hand, so we're just going to keep going because that's relevant. If you want to put in the chat box, if you have shared with one person, say me over the chat box, okay? If you're on your phone, totally cool. Don't stress over it, all right? But the reason why I asked that, because this is an incredible exercise. If you've ever been to a UIA, which is the University in Action that David Wood does, and he really wants you to story. A 30-second story can be, you can have multiple 30-second stories, but our focus today really is ensuring that you at least have one 30-second story that you're comfortable with. So many of you, if not all of you, have probably seen the 30-second story script, okay? And, the whole point of this is that it's accurate, that it's truthful, okay? You don't want to make any lies up. You just want to tell it straight like it is. A lot of people like to fluff their 30-second stories, but people
Okay. Renee, you're frozen right now.
Really? Am I still frozen?
No. So you were saying about 30-second stories. I don't remember what you were just saying, to be honest, but you did freeze for a second. You there? Hello. Shoot. Renee. Okay, she's going to start resetting her router, or she's going to reset her router. So, Renee, do you want me to just kind of take over for a second? I think I'm going to. And then whenever you restart your router, you can pop back on. But I think what she's trying to say is, no matter where you are in your journey, everyone has a 30-second story. You can be brand flipping new, and you can have a 30-second story. And it really starts with just being confident and owning it. And I remember having this call with Morgan. Something that has really changed the game for me personally, when I'm talking to people and when I'm having, someone's interested. So the goal, as we know, is to really get them on the phone or really talk to them in person, because there's nothing better than just them hearing our passion. And the very first thing that I do is I always just kind of reiterate why we're on the phone, kind of going back to their pain point. Now that we're all hopefully leveraging these amazing assessments, and Morgan did such a great job role playing with this with Elisa a couple weeks ago, but it's so great to just first kind of say, so thank you so much for that assessment and really sharing. It really gave me a good view as to what's going on with you. And, you're going to kind of start with, so it sounds like really an energy gain is what you're feeling right now. Is that fair to say? Is it just, you mentioned that you just want to be able to play with your kids again. So it's really kind of attacking that first pain point and kind of asking, is there anything else? What would that look like for you? And you want to make it emotional because you want to really hear what's going on, so you can really empathize. And that makes it like we're not selling, right? We're just talking person to person. And so when you start with that, what about, really digging into their pain point's a great way to start. What I like to do from there is that's when I immediately like to go to my personal 30-second story. And I do it every single call. And what I find is it's also a great way to naturally infuse the financial opportunity. And if you don't have yet, your own financial success story, that's okay. I'm going to give you guys an example of how you can still do this, where you're integrating someone else's financial story. And it won't be weird, because weird is what you make it. And all it is just having the posture and owning your story. And if that means you have to write it on a note card, like Morgan was like, I have to write mine on my note card. I'm like, that's awesome. There's nothing wrong with that. I talked to Carrie Mitchell earlier today, and she has the Eden Slobin script. If you guys don't know what that is, then it's on Renee's website, our team's website, therampeffect.com, under business. It's also on Residual Rockstars, our page, under files. But she's got the Eden Slobin script with her in her purse at home. So wherever she is, she's got the script. So what I like to do is I like to start with after hearing my pain point, I say, would it be okay if I just told you a little bit about me and how I even got introduced to Isagenix? Because I firmly believe they need to know about me before I can help them. I may be a stranger. You guys may be strangers to these people. And even if you're doing a 3-way call, share your 30-second story as the person that's in the upline or their enrolling sponsor. Share that so you can connect with our future customer. So what I always say is, before Isagenix, I was a new mom. I was craving sugar constantly, and I just didn't feel like myself. I was going through a divorce simultaneously, which, sorry for the TMI, that's just the way that I am. Life was a little crazy. I've been introduced to these products I've been on these products for 4 years now, and I've never in my life felt better. As a result, I've shed 15 pounds. Sugar no longer owns me. But what's been really exciting is, because I care so much about because I feel so great, I've wanted to pay it forward. And I was able to earn a 6-figure residual income in less than a year, and that's grown tremendously ever since. And I always like to say, this does not need to be your story, but my financial story is a really big piece of this, because it's made me the person I am today. And I'm so proud. So anyway, I think it's awesome to be able to weave in your some sort of financial story, but that's not a prerequisite, because right now we're just starting with becoming comfortable with the 30-second story. But if you just want a little extra tip, that's what I would do. And I would say, as a result, I was introduced, maybe it's someone where maybe you're fairly new. I was introduced to this product a month ago, and oh my God, for the first time I have like energy for days. When I wake up, I want to get up. I was introduced to these products a month ago, and as a result, I have never in my life felt better. And it's just fun to pay it forward. I have now the ability to earn another stream of income. And my friend exceeded her income in less than a year, her corporate income in less than a year. And I think I'm going to follow in her footsteps because I believe in this. So it can be subtle. Renee, I'm going to let you take over, but I just kind of started with how I integrate my 30-second story in every call. I find out their pain point, and I go right to my 30-second story, and I find it's a really good way to kick things off. And I think as leaders, if you guys are doing calls, I think you should start it and get into that habit of saying, if someone asks you to speak and you're doing a get call, or you're doing a call here, or for Renee's team or whatever, start with introducing yourself and say, would you guys be okay if I shared my story? And bam, as much as you can practice, the better. Okay, go ahead, Renee. I think our internet's good.
Yeah, well, no, I'm on, anyway. But what I was going to say, Amanda, is so perfect, because if you guys ever come to an event, if you ever heard someone speak or get on a call, the majority of the people are going to do that. They're going to say, do you mind if I share my story with you? Right? And they're going to share it. Now, there's going to be times where people are going to ask you, well, what's your story? Like, why do you do this? And so you always want to be ready with your, we call it your elevator pitch. Okay. You're not really pitching anything, but your passion. You're pitching your passion. And I think that's the way you have to look at it every single time that you are face to face with someone. So I don't know what was on and what wasn't when I was talking, but one of the big things I was saying, you want to be careful as you're crafting your story. Okay. You want to use the template that we provided in the post for today's call, which is the 30-second story template. You can even Google 30-second story Isagenix, or you can go onto the Ramp Effect page or the Global Exec Team page. They're all there. Okay. Isagenix Business, they're there. And it is honestly worth going through this exercise, whether you are one day in or you've been around for 3-4 years. And it's great to revamp your story, because your story evolves as you go. Just like your why evolves, so does your story. Okay. You might have made $200 last month, but maybe that this month you made $500, and that's your new story. Or maybe you want to aspire to be like Andrea Labashare, and you want to leave your teaching job. So you're going to leverage her story as part of your own, and you're going to own it. When I started out in Isagenix, and Jessica Johnson came to me, for those of you who know her, she's an Isagenix millionaire. She's one of the top 30 in the company. And she said to me, Renee, you could do this. I did this. I had no experience. I looked at her googly-eyed like she was crazy, right? But she believed in me. So guess what? I believed in her, that she believed in me. And I used her story for the next 10 months until I had my own story. I borrowed her belief, I borrowed her story, and I made it my own. And I told every flippin' person that I met that I was going to make the same amount of money that she did. And guess what? I did. Not yet, but I did. I made 6 figures. It is because not only did she believe in me, but I believed that she believed in me, and then it allowed me to believe in myself. All right. And it all started with my 30-second story, because she asked me, what's your story? What's your why? Why did you get into Isagenix? And, before Isagenix, for those of you who don't know my story, I'll share my product story with you. But what I was saying is, you can have a product story, you can have a business story, you can have a product and a business story, just like what Amanda shared with you. Okay. You can have multiple versions, but right now, I don't want you to get overwhelmed with that. I want you to focus on what is pulling you, what is pulling your passion, and what is your passion and how is it pulling you? Okay. If it's their product story, run with it. I don't want people to get so obsessed and overwhelmed with the opportunity. I think the opportunity is amazing, right? But without our customers, we have nothing, right? Those product users, that's 85% of our business, hopefully soon to be 70%, because we are going to have more people that see how incredible this opportunity is. But perfect your product story if that's where you're comfortable right now, okay? And just start borrowing other people's business stories and making them your own, okay? That can be part of your 30-second story, is borrowing someone else's. So tonight what we want to do is we want to hear from you. And the reason why we want to hear from each and every single one of you is because your 30-second stories help each other fill up your tool belt or your pockets or your basket or your cup, whatever you want to call it, with stories that you can then share with other people. It's so important for you all to know who's on our team, what type of physical and financial transformations they've had, so that when you're talking with someone, maybe your story doesn't resonate with them, but maybe Elisa's story resonates with them, or maybe Amanda's story resonates with them, or Sheena's story. But if you don't know their stories, you'll never know. Okay, so I'm going to share my story, and then we are going to open up the lines. There are several of you on tonight that I know are eager to share, right? Of course you are, because you guys are leaders and you love to step up and share. And listen, even if you're brand new and you're open to feedback, first of all, I commend you, okay? Because feedback is what this is all about. That's how we grow. My 30-second story, it evolves constantly, and I still would love feedback. So if anybody has some feedback for mine, please bring it on. It's never going to be 30 seconds though, so just don't get on about that, okay? But what I was going to say is that, your story is going to evolve, and if we can help you and you're open to feedback, what we will do is you can tell us if you want feedback in the comments, or we can PM you or DM you feedback on your 30-second story to help you. But we encourage any of you who are comfortable with sharing it, even if it's super rusty or you haven't even written it down and you're just going to do it off the cuff. This is your time to shine, okay? So here we go with mine. I'm gonna read it to you, okay? I'm not gonna read it to you. I'm gonna say it, all right? So before Isagenix, I struggled with a digestive autoimmune disease that nearly paralyzed my life, my health. And I was introduced to Isagenix by a college acquaintance, Elizabeth Laconi, about 5 years ago. I've been on the products now for 5 years, loving it, and have never ever felt better. And as a result, now I no longer struggle with a lot of the debilitating issues that I had before. And I'm finally free, living healthily in my very own body, and I'm here to pay it forward. I now believe that I have a gift that everybody else deserves, and I am so incredibly passionate about paying it forward. Okay, so that was mine. Rough, didn't write it down, nothing, didn't think about it, off the cuff. But I want to show you guys, I just looked at the script as I'm sitting here on the phone and said, okay, what am I going to speak to that, right? So when people ask me, that's my product story, okay? And I tell them that. There's so many versions of that product story. I can talk about my chronic pain I've had. I struggled with migraines for pretty much 14 years. I can talk about my digestive health. I can talk about, the fact that I was puffy and bloated and things like that. The big thing is you don't want to use disease names. Okay, so you heard me say I had a digestive autoimmune disease. I typically will pepper in there that I'll never be cured, healed, or treated, but it's truly a miracle what happens when you fuel your body with what your body wants and needs. So I usually give that disclaimer just because I do have an autoimmune disease. The other big thing is if you can avoid it, sometimes you don't want to put weight loss with the number of days, okay? You can say you did a 16-week challenge or something like that, but saying, I lost 25 pounds in 30 days and 20 inches, that is actually not compliant, and we don't want to do that because it sets people's expectations for maybe what they're going to want to achieve, and every single person's body is different, okay? So those are a few little tips on your 30-second stories. And if you look at the worksheet that we posted, they're going to give you examples of people who have done weight loss, performance, income, and you can take those and start to craft your own, but make sure it's your own. All right, so that being said, I'm going to shut up because we're already so far into this call tonight. Let's see who is on. I'm going to scroll through. Let's see who is here. Allie. Let's unmute Allie's line. Allie, will you share with us your 30-second story, Chica?
I'm assuming you're talking about me and not the other Allie, because there's two of us now.
Yes, Allie, right. Sorry, I'm staring right at you. My bad.
Okay, so my 30-second story is not 30 seconds either, but Renee, you did it in 41, so that's pretty awesome. I'm aim for 40. Okay, so my name is Allie Wright, and before Isagenix, I was an extremely exhausted nurse of 25 years old looking for a solution. I had a friend and coworker who I noticed a huge shift in her energy, and that's how I got started 2.5 years ago. Since using the products, I have had more energy than I've ever thought possible. So now I feel it is my responsibility to share with others so that they can feel as good as I do.
So good. See, y'all, it's not easy.
And mine
So
changes every time I say it. So
you what?
I said mine changes literally every time I say it.
And it should, but here's the thing, and this is what I want everybody to focus on. It always going to have the same underlying message. And that's all that matters, is if you're able to convey that underlying message, it's very powerful. People feel the conviction and the authenticity in your voice. And that is really what moves people. That's what gets people to join you on this journey, is they see, hear, and feel that energy from you that you're so passionate about. I mean, no one could ever tell me that my transformation isn't valid, because I would laugh in their face. Literally. I'm like, how could you tell me physically I have not achieved what I haven't achieved? Oh, it doesn't work? Oh, really? Okay. Right? Or, oh, you haven't made any money, but yes, I have. Right? So you have to be convicted in that. And you have to get your belief and that this worked, and it worked for you, and it's worked for hundreds of thousands of other people as well. Awesome job, Allie. Did you want to say anything else?
Well, sometimes like I also mentioned that the financial aspect, because like Amanda said, whenever I'm talking to people on the phone, I always, like the last probably 10 calls that we've done, like I really don't know these people. And so I always introduce, and I always throw in the financial aspect, because it's such an easy bridge to mention, hey, by the way, you can make money. So you should.
A little bit. And I think the big thing is not being afraid to throw that in there. You know, like, not only did this set me physically free, or it has completely transformed me physically, but I absolutely love that I don't pay for those groceries anymore. I absolutely love that I've offset the cost of my products. I absolutely love that I made extra $1,000 a month to help our family financially, whatever that is to you. There's nothing wrong with saying that. And I'd love to be able to show you to do that, how to do that too. Keep it simple. You don't need to go into the comp plan in your 30-second story. So, okay. Stephanie Bullock, you are on tonight. Do you have anything you want to share too, girl? She's going to kill me because I'm putting her on the spot. She says, oh my God. I love it. All right, let's unmute her.
Okay, I'm finding her. Bear with me. Let's see.
You're fine.
Stephanie. Okay.
Y'all don't be jumping off because you might get put on the spot. All right.
I can't believe you just called me out. So I had just pulled up a little sticky note, and I was just starting to write this out. I've never done this before. So this is like totally fresh. I'm probably going to make a big mess of it, but let's see.
No. Do you want me to guide you through it as you go?
Yeah. So I pulled up the script. Let me see if I just pull it up too, and then I'll just work my way through it. Okay. So before Isagenix, I was a full-time teacher, mom of 2. And I was tired. I was craving a nap at like 4:00 every single day. I was tired. And I had low energy. And I was making my way to the campus cafe for an iced coffee at 3:30 every single day. So I was tired. I was worn out. And I was introduced to Isagenix by my sister through Andrea, who's also my husband's cousin. And it took me a while to say yes. I was kind of skeptical and kind of critical, but it took me a while to say yes. And when I did, I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the energy I felt. I fell in love with the fact that I could roll around the floor with my kids as soon as I got home. And I didn't want to stop. And now I've been on the products for over 3 years, 3.5 years, I think. And it's literally changed my life, and I'm not looking back.
Yay, see?
Love it.
Girl.
That was awesome. Round of applause.
See?
So give me all the feedback.
That's it's so good though. Like, that's the thing. You just keep it simple, right? You keep it super simple, because people are like, oh, I had that same afternoon slump, or, oh, I'm a mom of 2, or, well, gosh, I was a teacher. And guess what? That opens up the door for conversation.
Yeah.
Because you never know what you're going to say is going to resonate with them.
Yep.
Right. And it might not. Another really cool thing I'll tell you is, as you get to know someone, or you initially find out a little bit about them, or maybe you stalk them before you do a call with them, which is always really good to do, you can change your story a little bit to meet the needs of someone else. Okay. And you're not going to change your story, but you're going to add or take away some stuff that would be relevant or irrelevant to your audience. So knowing your audience is huge. But that's really, really, for never having done it, it's awesome. So what I'm going to do is challenge you to write it out, okay? Get a little bit more specific with some of the things, get a little bit more deeper, detailed with them, okay?
Okay.
And write it on an index card. And you guys are going to hate me and love me for this, all in the same breath. But what I want you all to do is record yourselves doing your 30-second story, okay? So write it out on an index card. Record yourself several times so you can hear what you sound like, you can see the way you act, and you become more and more comfortable with that verbiage. And then when you're happy or you're content with your 30-second story, share it out to the Residual Rockstars or the Eat It, Love It, Share It page. And this way we can support you and rally around you, but also help hold you accountable so that you guys all do it. Because the more you perfect the story, the more you work on it. And listen, Amanda and Andrea and Melissa and Jen and, you know, anyone that's been around, Casey, you guys have been around for a long time. It can never hurt to do this over and over and over again. It's going to make you more and more confident and comfortable when you're face to face or over the phone sharing with someone else. All right, let's see who else is on. Let's see. Andrea, are you able to talk? I think she has a sleeping baby on her. Let's see here. Sheena, you want to go, girlfriend? We got to unmute her.
I'm trying to. For some reason, it's resisting. There we go. Now it's unmuted.
Perfect. Sheena, you want to share? All right, let's go to the next caller. Brooke,
Can you hear me?
you're next.
Oh, wait, we
Mika.
can hear. There she is. Sheena.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Okay, perfect.
Okay, so before Isogenics, I was a teacher who was extremely tired and looking to nap every day by 3:30. I was just really tired of being tired, and I reached out to a high school friend who I'd seen having great success with the products, who I'd stalked for a while, and asked questions to, and just saw that what she was doing was something I was really interested in and thought it would help me a lot. So after poking and prodding, I finally said yes, and I'm started using the products. Now that I'm 3.5 years in, I feel better than ever, have had a total life transformation regarding my health. My energy has increased. I'm honestly at the best health I've ever been in my life, and I don't have any plans on turning back at all.
Yay, that's awesome.
Love it.
Thank God you asked me. That's really, really good. And I think your financial story is really developing right now, which is getting super exciting. So you're going to be able to start to add that in and really talk with people about how they too can make some extra income and or replace even their teacher salary. So I'm really excited to see where that goes for you. Awesome job. Keep it up. Okay, let's see. Let's see, Morgan.
All right, let me find her. I know there we are. Unmute. There you go. Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
All right. So before Isogenics, I was working full time while coaching All-Star Cheerleading. I was tired, stuck, and really not myself. I was doing everything though. I was eating right, protein, vegetable, limiting my starch, but I just had this craving every night, something sweet. So within 1 year, I had gained 20 pounds, even though I felt like I was doing everything. And I knew I needed a change. I was heading down a bad, unhealthy road. I reached out to a friend of mine from high school. She had posted some pictures on Facebook. And to this day, my biggest regret is that I just didn't say yes sooner. Fast forward to now, I have released 30 pounds. I have this energy that I don't even know I was missing. And it's changed my life and my boyfriend's life, both physically and financially. I'm now committed to helping others do the same while I'm following the footsteps of my friends that have replaced their corporate incomes with Isogenics.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Okay. Repeat that last sentence.
I said, now I have to think, right? I said, I am now following in the footsteps of my friends that have replaced their corporate incomes with Isogenics.
That's golden. Y'all write that down, because if you want to lead with a financial opportunity and you want to be able to insert it, and maybe you haven't created your own story yet, or maybe you've made $500 but you want to make $5,000, that's an incredible way to say it. Oh my God, look at all the love you're getting. You're getting so much love. Okay, doesn't it not feel so good? That was great. You did such a great job, and own it, run with it. Everybody come back, listen to the recording on, just the way you went about that. The flow was great. It was great. Yeah. So I just hear, no wonder why you're in a rolling machine.
She's doing great. And I will say, Renee, what I love about Morgan is that she's really serious about perfecting her story. And she's like, she takes it seriously. She's like, Amanda, can I practice my 30-second story with you again? I'm like, yeah. So you guys get excited about it. And like Renee said, it's always changing. So anyway, that was an awesome job, Morgan. Loved it.
It was. And you know what? You just brought something up, Amanda, is find somebody that could be maybe your practice partner. Another thing that David Wood always does at his UIAs is he has you write your story, and then he has you call 3 people that are not in your Isagenix business that you likely never talked to Isagenix about. Maybe someone that's close to you, or a family friend, or someone that you know, like, and trust. You say, listen, I've been asked to perfect my story, and I would love it if you would listen and give me some critiques. Guys, do you know how many people actually got people interested in Isagenix just because they called them blindly,
like
and asked to share their story and ask them for feedback? So maybe you do that, okay? Or maybe you partner up with someone that's on this call tonight, and you say, let's work on practicing them with each other and critiquing each other, or maybe perfecting them. There's nothing wrong with that, and actually there's everything right with that. Let's see, does anyone else want to share? Raise your hand and or unmute yourself if you want to share. We would love to hear from those of you who are on tonight who do want to share, since I've called so many of you out. And I can't see them because unfortunately I'm on my phone, so I'm flipping through.
I don't see, or you guys can comment, but I'm looking for any hands raised, any brave souls are feeling like, what the hell, let's do it.
If you know someone that's not on tonight, that this would be really helpful for them, why don't you reach out to them and say, listen, tonight we talked about this. Maybe it's somebody that you've enrolled who's just new to sharing or has been sharing. Say, let's practice this together, because I felt like this exercise was really valuable. It's going to help each and every single one of you grow your businesses. So you want to be teaching this to the people that you are leading, the people that you look to you as their leader, and or the people that you're enrolling into this idea of this opportunity. You want to be able to walk them through the steps of, first identifying, making their list, identifying what their why is, and then working on perfecting their 30-second story, so then they can go and start texting those 2 people to find their first 2. And, these first few steps of this process, they go pretty quickly. But we want to make sure that we don't skip over them, because if you skip over them, you're going to start to notice that people are going to get skittish, and that's where they start to back away. Yeah. And we want everybody to feel supported and welcomed, and that we're guiding them along the way.
Totally. And then once you get that confidence, you get it nailed down, like, you're going to feel invincible, because it's like the rest just falls into place. Get that 30-second story down. Then you have a script for sharing about the packs, and you're bringing in your upline, and you're golden. And Renee, the website, the rampeffect.com website, if you guys are using that source, as you know, there's also the Get website. I'm loving the flow of the Ramp Effect website, but I love that the way Renee's laid it out is that it's perfect for any of you, even if you've been doing this for 2 years and you just want to go back to the basics, where it does walk you through those steps, like Renee said, on creating your why and building your 30-second story. So you can just get centered if you're feeling a little overwhelmed. It's a great way just to kind of bring you back to the basics. Are you frozen again, Renee? I think she is, you guys, but I think we are at a point where we can wrap up this call with Renee's hilarious. I want to take a picture. I want everyone to smile, because this is like the ultimate blackmail Renee picture. So everyone be like, this is going to be like, you're busted, Renee. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, I love it. All right, you guys, go help a teammate with their 30-second story. Someone that's just starting to share. Be sure to tell them the importance of owning their story. And thank you so much for hopping on, you guys. I'll post the recording tonight. Thanks for everyone that volunteered. See you guys. Bye. Oh my God, Renee, this is cracking me up. Oh my God. Bye, guys.